Hello there everybody, it's me Alexa and we're back to react to the Radhe Shyam trailer. This is of course Prabhas' upcoming film. I'm very looking forward to watching it. It's been interesting, the different glimpses we've gotten so far have seemed quite different from each other, a lot of them, but I am still very intrigued to watch this movie. It's of course coming out, I believe, January 14th. Confirm that? Yes, I said that right. Realized I should have looked at that before I started talking. But anyways, the movie is written and directed by Radha Krishna Kumar, stars of course Prabhas and Pooja Hegde. Prabhas is playing a palmist, as we've seen, and we've seen a lot of different vibes from these previous trailers and teasers and songs, and I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of vibe we get from this trailer here. One thing really cool about this movie, one thing I think. One thing really cool about this movie is when it's getting released, it is going to be released in Telugu, the original language, also Tamil, Hindi, Kannada, Malayalam, Chinese, and Japanese. So that is pretty cool. It's so exciting to see these worldwide releases for these Indian films because I love them so much and I want everyone to go watch them and enjoy them just as much as me. But for now, let's go ahead, jump into this Radhe Shyam trailer.
Ray. అమ్మ పెళ్లి గురించి అడిగితే చెప్పు నా చేతిలో ప్రేమ పెళ్లి లేవు
I love you, Aditya.
Don't. I just want flirtation.
Okay, different character. Miss Pooja.
నువ్వేమైనా రోమి అనుకుంటున్నావా?
I don't fall in love. అలాంటి ప్రేమ నా వల్ల కాదు.
Something tells me he's gonna fall in love with Pooja.
చేస్తాం.
Vikramaditya. I call him the Einstein of palmistry.
Very cool.
శాస్త్రం చెప్తే శాసనం అంటారు.
జాన్ లెనిన్ నీ ఆటోగ్రాఫ్ తీసుకున్నారా?
ప్రపంచ దేశ నాయకులందరూ కలవాలనుకునే గొప్ప హస్త సాముద్రిక నిపుణుడు.
పుట్టుకు నుండి చావు దాకా ఏ రోజు ఏం జరుగుతుందో నాకు బాగా తెలుసు.
ప్రపంచం మొత్తాన్ని చదివేసిన నువ్వు నన్నెంత చదవగలవో చూద్దాం.
కాలం రాసిన చందమామ కథలో ఉంటది నీ ప్రేమ కథ.
So it does seem like this love story may be the focus of it.
ఈ ప్రేమ ఎదురవడం వరం, కానీ అందుకోవడం మాత్రం ఒక యుద్ధం.
Ooh.
I love you, Aditya.
Okay.
విధిని ఎదిరించి ప్రేమ గెలవగలదా?
Love went over destiny.
మన రాతే ఇంత పెద్ద భూకంపాన్ని సృష్టించిందా? ప్రాణం పోసిన ప్రేమే ప్రాణాలు తీస్తుందా? I love you. I love you. I love you.
Radhe Shyam, 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 Shyam.
Okay. So, it seems like it is going to be very focused around their love story, which I had kind of thought from the earlier glimpses, but in the more recent glimpse, or teaser, I wasn't sure as much, because I kind of focused more on his character there. But I mean, it'll have a healthy dose of both, but it seems like that is going to be the core to the plot of the movie, is their love. And Prabhas' character appears to believe that he is destined to not find love. You know, it's not what's in his path. And she made a comment in there about, you know, if you fall in love with me, then you're going to die. So I think that death and destiny obviously are going to be the real motivating forces in this. And knowing the future, and this is a comment, or one of the lines kind of from the previous teasers we've had, talks about like knowing the future, like just because I know it doesn't mean I'm going to tell you. And I think that's an intriguing statement because knowing the future, of course, can change things, it feels like. Because if you want to go out of your way. Like, it can maybe make it happen if, you know, you try and avoid it so much that you end up creating it yourself. It's, you know, it's a, you know, that's a whole conversation, destiny versus, you know, free will, etc. You know, that's a whole long philosophical conversation for people smarter than me. But for the sake of this movie, I think that it's going to be a really entertaining watch about their love story and how can, like, as it says in this, like, can love beat destiny? Is their love going, because it goes against destiny, creating some sort of negativity in the world? Like, is it creating, because things aren't going how it's supposed to be, so is it making things change? How does that work? And, you know, there's a lot of commentary there, and I think it'll be hard to know for sure everything that's going to happen until watching the movie, but I think that it is going to be a very enjoyable watch. I'm very much looking forward to watching them fall in love with each other, the characters, and I kind of wish they gave away a little less in this trailer. It did feel like it said a bit too much, but hey, maybe everything we saw happens before intermission, who knows? But it felt like it was giving away a lot between them, because especially, you know, they have the lines about them never falling in love, and then they both say I love you by the end of the trailer, and I would love to have heard them say I love you the first time in the movie. I think that would have been more impactful, but I could be wrong. You know, I have to watch the full movie in order to fully judge that, but that's how I feel after watching just the trailer. Hey guys, so editing Alexa, filming a quick little insert because I was too distracted thinking about the story and somehow didn't talk about the amazing visuals in this trailer as I'm editing. I'm like, how did I forget to talk about this? But anyways, we're talking about it now. So, of course, there was some stunning shots in there, some great color grading, and some really cool VFX with the boat in the water, and, like, that whole sequence was so well done. I cannot wait to see the full scene of that playing out, because I'm sure it's going to be really intense in the full movie. And I love how it goes from being, like, so bright and colorful during, like, the romance scenes, like, it has this, like, light airiness to even just the visuals in it, and then of course like the ship and like some of the darker modes, it's like more blue and darker, and you can see the difference in tone in the film as it plays out. Yeah, everything with that ship looked just incredible. They did such a good job with it. The boat sinking in the water, like everything about that was so well done. Like a huge shout out to the VFX team, because it looked great. Like, I mean, you always don't even think about it because it just looks so realistic that you don't even fully think about how much VFX went into it, which is what you want, and that is extremely impressive and makes me just even more excited to see what they do with the rest of the film and what other VFX and other cool moments we have to look forward to January 14th. All right, though, back to my previously recorded talk about. Prabhas is, of course, very talented. He's been doing a lot of action stuff in recent years, but of course his earlier movies were more romance-based, and he did phenomenally in those, like Darling. That's how he got, you know, one of his nicknames. And so I know that I have no doubt that he's going to play the romance extremely well, because he's great at it. Has that charisma that it just works really well in romance roles as well as the action roles. He's just a great actor, honestly. And of course, Pooja Hegde is also quite talented. I've seen her in a few films now, of course, most notably AVPL. She's also in the very first Indian film I ever watched in theaters, actually, the Aravinda Samantha, starring Junior NTR. She did great in that. She's also in, recently, I watched The Most Eligible Bachelor in theaters. She did a good job in that. I did have a slight problem with her character in that, but that wasn't her fault, that was writing. But overall, that was a fun movie as well. I would recommend. I believe it's on Netflix now, so I would recommend checking it out if you missed it while I was in theaters. It's a fun little watch. You know, good time. I'm sure she's going to do wonderfully in this as well, and I'm excited to see both her and Prabhas' performances together as those lead characters, as well as seeing what else happens in this movie, because, like, right now it seems like there's no real, like, specific person who's an antagonist. It's just, like, almost destiny is kind of, like, the antagonist, it seems like, because they're trying to, like, fight against what he's read in their palms, and so that their love can win out. And I think that's a really intriguing journey and story, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it plays out. Maybe there's more to it that we're going to learn. I mean, there's definitely more to it that we're going to learn in the movie, but I mean, for, like, the core plot line of it, right now, that's mostly what we have, which is him reading the future, seeing what's going to happen, and just knowing that. And then in this instance, though, it seems like they're going to want to try and change that because of their love for each other. And, of course, trying to change your destiny, trying to change your fate, as we've seen in many movies, doesn't normally work out too well. So I'm intrigued to see how they tell this story in their own way in this film. I'm really looking forward to seeing it. I think that it's gonna be a fun time. It has a cool core story, great cast. It's just, I'm looking forward to watching it. Alrighty though, I think that's all I'm going to say about Radhe Shyam today. Let me know all of your thoughts on the movie down below in the comments. And of course, if you enjoyed, hit that like button and subscribe. And as always, stay safe out there, everybody. If you're going to go see movies in theaters, wear a mask and try and get your vaccine and booster shot if you can as well. And have a wonderful day. Bye.